And this is the power fist. I'm going to make the power fist in a chrome scheme. To do that, I need this Marina dark sea blue and white and turquoise. And with this combination of colors, I'm making a tonal bright gray or white gray. The dark sea blue is to make it less saturated, and the turquoise is to make it more bluish. So the base is this color, and adding white to the mix, I'm generating the different brights. I will make a video on how to make chrome effect, something that you have seen in my processes with the Fred Johnson, my Space Marine, Black Space Marine. This is a complex process. This is not the process to explain that, but more or less I will give you some clues on how to make it. The first thing is follow the shapes of the element that you are painting. In the solder pad, I'm going to be more rounded in my brushstrokes, but in the power fist, which is more like a square, I'm going to be more linear. And you have to make these lines in a first stage just by following standard volumetry lighting. So as you can see, I'm adding this standard volume of light, interpretation of light, but I'm adding like secondary and tertiary reflections. The main one is in the fist, for example, and in the upper part of the shoulder pad, but they create another one in the edge, and another one or maybe even two more in the middle part of the fist. Here I'm creating more reflections, but are not as bright as the first one or the previous one. And here another reflection more. You can be more subtle or less subtle, it's up to you. This is a reflection of the ground, which I decided to be, it's going to be orange. So I'm placing it right now. Some areas like the elbow can be painted entirely with orange, because it's a more or less flat plane that is aiming to the ground, so it makes sense to make it orange, and it will divide very good the two planes and the different elements, so it's also an aesthetic decision. Well, this is time to ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, giving me a thumbs up if you like the content, and to remember you that if you want to support me even more, you can do it in Patreon for only €3 per month, receiving in exchange a collection of fundamentals and different techniques, videos focusing, teaching you in a deeper way how to make different parts of the painting processes, also exclusive videos and also discounts in different online shops and products. And you will be updated with my future releases or my future projects with exclusive step-by-step pictures, and being a part of the process, and also being a part of the polls where we are going to decide what I'm going to release in the next weeks or months or in the next year. I don't know. Well, anyway, if not, you can still support me by joining the YouTube channel, and it is enough for me. Thank you for watching the video, and well, I leave you with that. Thank you, bye. After adding the orange, the chivalry brown of Vallejo to reflection of the ground, I'm adding ochre to the mixture, or orange brown, to make a more brighter reflection inside the part of the ground reflection. And with bluish, dark sea blue, blue or even violet mixtures, I'm trying to blend a bit more the transition between the ground and the sky reflection, or I don't know how to call it. But the process is the same, but in the part of the ground I'm making the reflection more brighter by adding ochre, which is a more brighter color than the base one, than the chivalry brown. And in the chrome parts of the sky, reflecting the sky, I'm adding white. Obviously, the fist can be interpreted in another way, like rounded also. But because my main view interpreted the fist more like a square, I prefer to make it in this way. More white add to the mixture to make more powerful the main reflection. And now it's time to enhance and boost other reflections a bit more, and I start to adjust the level of bright in the different lines of the fist that we have created before. And you can see here in the elbow how to create the reflection. This is very rough, and then I blend, so it's very easy. Here I'm enhancing a bit more the reflection on the different parts, on the shoulder pad or in the elbow. In a final stage I will add only pure white, even a cold white from Vallejo, which is a very intense white. And you can make the lines discontinued, like this one, but the last lines have to be very thin. Can be a bit more wide in some areas where it starts, but then it travels and makes more thin, especially where are far from the main reflection. Here is a main reflection, so the line is more thick, but when I go far from this main reflection, the lines of the brights have to be more thin. One trick is to make strong reflections far from the main reflection. This is one of the final reflection in the main view, in the main reflection, but I'm going to add another one in the future. You will see in another part. I remember to outline all the time, of course, like in any other non-metallic process or effect. You need to outline all the time. This outline is to define the eagle. And now with a more dark blue, but not a dark blue, maybe it's a medium blue or gray blue, I can add or boost a bit some shadow, that instead of being in the shadow area, it can be in a medium tone area, creating contrast between the reflections. You can appreciate, for example, that this reflection is stronger than the medium reflections, despite of the fact that it's in a shadow or more dark area than the others. Remember that a chrome effect don't have rules to follow, or the rules are different. Now with gray, I paint these elements, which has no importance for me, and with ochre, I don't remember if this is pure ochre or not, but probably it is, or very close to pure ochre. I'm adding reflections in this part, following exactly the same process that I have followed in the other parts of the chrome, but instead of white, I'm using the ochre. It's like choosing a color from reflections equivalent to the white, and adding in the same way I have added in the sky reflection. And remember not to follow the logical rules, but to follow your aesthetic rules. Probably this is not a super perfect chrome effect, but it's working very well.